From Wits and Weights, I'm Philip Pape, and this is Nutrition Science Daily, bringing you the latest in nutrition, fat loss, and health science, all in under 5 minutes. The natural health movement is experiencing a resurgence, and self-proclaimed, quote-unquote, crunchy moms are leading the charge. Now, this is not my term, so please take it easy on me. Crunchy moms are embracing organic foods, holistic medicine, sustainable practices, and they are finding support from public figures like Robert F. Kennedy Jr., whose initiatives focus on things like food quality and reducing chemical exposure. And proponents of this movement highlight concerns about things like pesticides, additives, processed foods in the standard Western American diet. They advocate, let's just go back to simpler whole food-based eating patterns and natural remedies for common ailments. And some of these ideas have merit. I'm all for not eating oatmeal that might have Roundup in it, for example. I'm all for basing most of my diet on whole foods. And so some of these ideas have merit, but it's important to separate the science from the, let's say, sensationalism, right? For example, organic foods. Yes, they reduce pesticide exposure, but beyond that, if you're looking at nutritional benefits compared to conventional produce, they're often the same. It remains inconclusive. Sometimes even GMO foods, yes, can you believe I said that, can be more nutritious based on how they're bred, because GMO is just I'll call it accelerated version of what we've done for eons with hybridization and crossbreeding, for example. Similarly, concerns about food additives again, must be weighed against your food matrix and the toxicity levels and what you're trying to achieve and what you're trying to consume. On this podcast, you will find that we don't vilify anything, and it really comes down to the balance, your goals, and whether you can stick to this for the long term, whether it's sustainable. It also has to fit within your budget, let's be honest. Now, the takeaway here is that this natural health movement the crunchy moms have led, it can inspire positive changes. I'm all for putting pressure where pressure needs to be placed. But we also want to rely on evidence-based practices rather than fear-driven narratives. And there is a lot of fear-mongering in this industry. And that's all I wanted to say today. It's just more of a PSA that it's okay if you don't want to eat everything organic. It is perfectly okay. It is up to you, and I encourage you to be educated, to look at labels, to reach out for help, to decide what is the right level of different types of food for you and balanced with your diet as well as your budget and any other factor that's important to you. And that's it. So for more insights like this or controversies or places where I don't give in to fear-mongering, definitely check out Wits and Weights, my main podcast. Share this episode with someone interested in these types of trends and my thoughts on them, and kind of an evidence-based, it's all right to have some flexibility in your life approach. And follow the show. Follow this show so you get tomorrow's episode, the one after that, the one after that, if you love it. And next, we are going to wrap up the week with the role of diet in managing inflammatory bowel disease. Stay tuned for that tomorrow.